Hey guys, welcome to the episode number 7 of the Bossed Up Mindset with Haley Cunningham, your mindset money coach, okay? Lifestyle coach. I stretched my jaw. I'm in an open house today. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful house. Y'all, if y'all want to buy it, let me know. But basically, we're here today to talk about a little bit of laws of the universe. So I just made episode 6 about the law of attraction. Now we're talking about the law of assumption. So assumption's a little bit different. I mean, it's a little bit the same. Like, honestly, like, you're like attracting, you're focusing and stuff, you're thinking about stuff, you're visualizing. Assuming is pretty much you just already think it. Like, you believe that. Like, that's a core value. So assuming is not, you're not even attracting, you're not even at the point of, oh, I want, you're literally just assuming I have that. Like, that's your belief. That's your core belief that you know. I mean, there's no other, like, you, it's like when you assume in the morning that the water's gonna come out of the faucet. Like, it's just gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like, and I just assumed that was gonna happen too. I don't know what's gonna happen. This house has been vacant for months, who knows? But we all assume these things because it's like, duh. We assume, let me make some very good examples. So like, we assume in the morning that like the sun's gonna come up, that we're gonna be able to eat breakfast. Well, so this is the thing, some people don't assume. You have to align your assumptions with the life you want. That's the thing. You can't just wake up in the morning and assume the worst, because the worst is gonna happen probably. So that's kind of the whole gist of it. Okay, so whatever you assume to be true will eventually become true. So you assume that your life, so this is a good example. You assume that everything goes good in your life, and that you assume that college is easy, you assume that like getting a job is easy, you assume that getting your husband's easy. So that's what happens. Like, a lot of people just go through college, get jobs, get husbands, have families. It's really not, it's not even that big of a deal for them, because that's what they assume they should be doing. Like, when you get taught as a kid, this is how you do things, this is what you do, you just assume that's normal, and so you just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. It's just what you do. You move with that assumption, right? So you assume, let's say you were taught when you're growing up that, like as a kid, you were taught that everybody goes to college, everybody gets a family, everybody gets married, and everybody goes to work, gets promoted, and eventually makes 6 figures, and everybody becomes a millionaire someday by the age of 35. And then you would probably do that because you just assumed everybody else was doing that too. So when you see, what happens is people will see their environment, right? They'll see their parents struggling, or whoever struggling with money, struggling with life, struggling with relationships, and so they assume it's going to be the same for them, and so they do the same exact thing, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because you could literally make your life any single possible way, and you chose to make your life exactly like your mom's or your dad's. Which I get, like, because it's the only example you had, but truly, wouldn't you want to be like somebody else, like you looked up to? Like, for example, I always looked up to like Gordon Ramsay, Rachel Ray, the Pioneer Woman, like people who, I know these are all cooks, but these are all entrepreneurs, people who have their own businesses, people who have their books, movie shows, they have beautiful houses, families, and they don't stress. They just assume that everything's gonna be just fine. They have their, like, have you ever seen Pioneer Woman? She is so relaxed, so happy, and just so like, she's so happy, like, and she's probably making bank. And she probably assumed that everything is gonna be like that because she probably seen people in her life ranching, or having big families, or cooking every day, beautiful meals for her family, and she doesn't assume that, like, she knows that her farmer's market's gonna be there, her horses are gonna be there, her husband's gonna be there. She was raised into that. She probably either that, or she created the whole life on her own. I don't know, Pioneer Woman. But basically the whole point is, you have to assume success. You have to assume life. You have to feel entitled to it. Like, you deserve it. It's yours, and it's not even like that big of a deal. Like, you have to be like, it's just pretty normal to you. Like if your dad was a millionaire, right? If your mom and dad were millionaires, wouldn't you assume you could be a millionaire too? Wouldn't you assume, of course, I'd be able to get a great job and invest and have a great house and kids and a wife? Yes, of course you would. You'd say, well, I'm a millionaire, why not? Duh. Like, I literally could do whatever I want. So why don't you think that now? Because it's not any different from somebody who, because it's not like they get handed everything in life. Like, there's some people out there that get handed everything, but I truly believe that a lot of people build from ground zero into the beautiful lives they have, and anybody can do that. Anybody. So that's a lot of assumption. Basically, just assume what you want and it will come true. And then if you assume bad things, that'll come true too. So that's pretty much why your reality is how it is. So like, you just assumed it would be that way. So like, literally wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, it's because you assumed that's where you're supposed to be. That's what you're supposed to be doing. I assumed I'm supposed to be in $1 million house with $1 million stuff, so I'm gonna assume I'm be there. Like, it's just a matter of how. At that point, it's not really a matter of why or if I deserve it, and then the universe will kind of show you the how, or it will just, like, it's so weird how when you start thinking about things and focusing on things, assuming things, like, it just starts happening. Like, it's like the universe just picks up that you're ready, that you know that everything's gonna be there. Because it's like when you wake up in the morning, you assume, it's kind of like a routine. Like, you have to get it into your spiritual consciousness. That's what's gonna happen every day. So I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe if you want more content like this. And I hope you guys checked out all the other episodes. If you did, put a red hot chili pepper in the comments and subscribe to become an OG.